Hey guys, and welcome to the Martial Arts Podcast. This podcast is looking for sponsors, so let me know if you'd like to advertise your program, your gear, your event, or whatever else here. Please shoot me a message via email at adam.bockler.com or through the Martial Arts Podcast's Facebook page. Hello, everybody, and welcome to episode 7 of the Martial Arts Podcast. This podcast takes a look at the stories and lives of the people involved in the world of martial arts. I am your host. My name is Adam Bockler. I'm a marketer, I'm an author, I'm a guy who eats nuggets while recording a podcast, but most importantly, I am a martial artist. This month's guests are the Karate Kung Fu Connection of Eddie Parker and Michael Brand, along with Corey Fu, and we're all eating pizza. More on that in a bit. Before we go any further, this is a podcast supported by martial artists just like you, so rate, download, subscribe on iTunes or at adambockler.com. You can like the Martial Arts Podcast on Facebook. Let me know how I'm doing. Ask me questions I can answer on the next show, or let me know if you have any great ideas for who you'd like to hear on the Martial Arts Podcast. So just a little bit about what I've been doing before I get into the actual interview here. I've been doing some research lately on Chinese martial arts, and I probably should be using that time to study up on my karate stuff, since I'd like to test for my next promotion, probably in the summertime. But I've made a commitment to YMAA to help review some of their products, so I thought I'd talk about a few of them here. I read a book about Tai Chi Ball Qigong from Dr. Yang Jwing-Ming, and I learned a little bit more about general Qigong theory, Qigong training, and the theory of Tai Chi Ball Qigong. I'll be honest though, I don't have a Tai Chi ball, so that made it a little hard for me to keep reading the book. But the bulk of the book is Tai Chi Ball Qigong techniques, which is pretty cool. So if you guys have a Tai Chi ball, you can do some Tai Chi Ball Qigong techniques with this book. It's like a tongue twister almost. But hey, speaking of Qigong, I watched a DVD on Meridian Qigong from Dr. Yang, and it consists of exercises that you can do from your bed in the morning to improve your Qi flow. And I don't know about you guys, but I do my workouts at night. So when I get up in the morning, I shower, I eat, and I head right out the door to work. The last thing I really want to do in the morning, especially during the week, is wake up early to work out. Dr. Yang countered my thought about this by saying you can do just a few of these exercises as long as you cap it with the required exercises at the beginning and the end of your routine. But anyway, thanks to YMAA for sending me Dr. Yang's books and DVDs so that I can review them. You can check out all my reviews at adambockler.com or metamoramartialarts.com. In other news, congratulations to a friend of the podcast and a friend of mine, last month's guest, Sensei Matt Shell. Jim Price, who's Mr. Shell's instructor, surprised him with a promotion to third degree black belt at the Christmas party that Mr. Shell had for his program. So just wanted to say congratulations, Mr. Shell. Finally, let's talk about this month's podcast with the Karate Kung Fu Connection. I actually didn't come up with this name. This is an Ed Parker name, but I love it so much that I want to keep using it. It feels like it would be a bad, highly stereotypical wrestling tag team. I don't know where to go with that. But anyway, welcome back, Eddie Parker, to the program. And welcome to first-time guests Corey Fu and Michael Brand. I've known Corey for as long as I've known Sifu Parker because he usually helps him out when he does demos and seminars around the central Illinois area. And Michael Brand and I were actually in the same banquet hall at the 2014 USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame. But I don't think I was actually introduced to him until back in August when I was at a seminar that Eddie Parker put on, or actually his uncle and grandmaster Dexter Parker put on as a St. Jude benefit. You can go back and listen to one of the previous episodes of the podcast if you'd like to hear more from Dexter Parker. But it was a blast hanging out with Sifu Parker and Corey again, and so much fun getting to know Sensei Brand. It's the most fun podcast I've done thus far because I got to eat cheese nuggets while I was doing it. So a note to any future guests, let's please eat cheese nuggets, and the podcast will go even better. But anyway, each of the instructors taught some cool moves at the seminar, and I was able to bring some of these moves back and incorporate them into my own training. They plan to host another one. I don't know when that's going to be. I might be teaching at that one too. I would love to. I would love to be part of the karate part of the Karate Kung Fu Connection. So check my Facebook page or be on the lookout here for future updates for that. Where are we at today?
All right.
Around the table eating pizza.
I'll take the honor of saying that since I'm the talker of the crew. My name is Sifu Ed Parker, and I'm a visitor. Well, I can't even say that. I'm a family member of Brand's Martial Arts. Michael Brand, Sensei Brand, is a 5th degree black belt in some form of karate. I'll let y'all tell y'all that, because if I mess it up, he gonna probably chop me in my neck.
In Ryukido karate.
There you go. He said it. Rukin, kind of like on what you call it, Street Fighter. I got one of my lead students here with me. His name Corey Fu. Give it up, Corey Fu.
Yeah.
Kung Fu midget.
I got a nugget in my mouth though, so I can't really cheer. Did I say that? I don't even know.
Midget Kung Fu, baby.
Yeah, I decided to do this interview right as the pizza guy here. So
Right.
bear with us with the chewing and the...
Right.
Definitely. So yeah, we came here. And it's a super honor to come up here and do a fundraiser, kicking for Christmas for the kids in Fairbury. I don't know how fair the berries is around here, but they've been cool with me. So yeah.
A lot of cornfields, though.
There's
A lot of cornfields.
Don't blink. We got cornfield, 9 churches, 2 bars, and a karate school.
Yeah, and guess what? You'll never go hungry with all the corn they got.
Popcorn, baby, for days. When it get hot around here, it's like the 4th of July.
That ain't sweet corn, though, is it? That's cattle corn, ain't it?
So most of it is, yeah.
Yeah, feeding them cows. Getting the cows real big so they bring home the bacon.
Here you go. Wait
So-
a minute. Yeah. Bacon with a cow? Okay.
It's Canadian bacon right there.
That's what it is.
It's Fairbury bacon.
Yeah.
That's beef bacon.
There you go.
You ever had beef bacon?
I never had beef bacon.
Sounds like it'd be awesome, though.
It's chewy.
Awesome. It's thick, too.
We're going to never get to this interview.
Just delete, start over.
Yeah. So we're here for the fundraiser. What was the fundraiser for? What were we doing today?
We were looking to, donate the money towards the underprivileged families this holiday season that couldn't afford it. Things changed earlier this week. We had a young lady in our community passed away from illness. So we instead of donating for the presents, we're going to donate to this young lady's family.
That's awesome. How did you guys get to know each other?
What?
You were talking a little bit about it earlier, and I was like, no, don't, not yet. Let's save it.
Right. So, don't worry, we can
Yeah.
tell a story again. We tell it, three times a month?
Yeah, right. Well, I call this the Karate Kung Fu Connection. That's just kind of how it is. Me and St. Brand have known each other just a little under 5 years now, I want to say. In black people time, that's like 10 years.
Right?
So,
I can't wait to put this podcast out.
It's going to be bad. Yeah.
But we have we have mutual friends as well, and we met at a tournament actually, and a couple of our students actually competed against each other. I mean, we've been friends ever since. Students is super respectful. You know what I'm saying? Bowed to me all the time. They was kind of bewildered because I had a kung fu suit on, and they're like, "Wait a minute, what's going on here?" But it was cool because, in like most situations, and I'm not gonna mention any names or anything to put anybody out there, but I done been to many a tournaments and many a different systems and different styles, and they say open, but it don't truly mean open. Let's just put it that way.
Right.
I'll be professional as possible.
Well, really what they mean is open to the nation of that particular, like if it's a Japanese style, open to all Japanese styles,
Yeah.
or like a Taekwondo and the Korean styles, and just or Chinese with the Chinese martial arts. And you'd think this long after Bruce Lee's time, it would be a little more integrated than that.
Yeah.
And that's where it was when we come along. None of us have ever been born and raised, never lived in another nation. Even that's the origin of the styles that we pour our heart into. But when it comes down to it, we're going to learn as much as we can about martial arts in general. It doesn't matter what country it originated in, because by this late in the game, they're all American styles here. Maybe not American styles, but we've learned from almost all of my instructors have been American. So we have no reason to hold a bias against somebody else's style because it originated in the style where somebody had a feud in that particular nation with the style of people from another nation.
Now, you and I talked a couple months ago about your styles, but I want to hear more about where you guys come from and what you guys have backgrounds in.
Now you get to tell your
And I asked the question when they both had mouthfuls of pizza.
No, so it's going to be a little bit before you get a response.
Well, like he was saying earlier, we are eating pizza. It's very delicious, by the way. Give a shout out to Marcellino Pizzas in
Marshalloni's a Fairbury.
Yeah, Marcelloni's Fairbury.
They're the official sponsors of the Martial Arts Podcast this week. They're making
There you
this
go.
thing happen.
Hoorah! It's pizza, baby. The Ninja Turtles will tear this tribe
Thanks
up.
to you, we're not starving and at each other's throats right now.
Exactly. But no, go ahead, cuz. Break it down for him.
What's the question again?
What styles do you guys have? Like, what martial arts backgrounds do you have?
Mainly, primarily, that I had the longest was the kickboxing.
And how long you been doing that?
Shoot, I started fresh out of high school, and
So 20 years.
8 months now? No,
I was fresh out of high school. How old is my daughter now? My daughter is 15. Dang, that was a long time ago.
Is she sick? Excuse me, 16 or 15?
15.
Ain't a baby that old? You getting old, dude.
It's just old enough that it just took you about 45 seconds to tell us how old your daughter was. So you're in trouble if she hears this.
I want to say 6 years.
Okay.
Of that.
Okay. And then what happened next after kickboxing?
I had kids. That's what happened.
So he stopped kicking and started carrying.
I stopped back all my life, a little bit here, a little bit there. I always had the martial arts family. You know what I mean? We always have fun with it. We learn from each other, And then I had the kids, and I stopped totally pretty much because I wanted to be the best dad in the world.
And you have that title now, right?
Yeah. Well, actually, my daughter, she lives with me now.
Okay.
I got 2 daughters. One lives with, they by the same woman. One lives with mom and one lives with me. The oldest lives with me. She's 15. And then I started working all the time. I never got a chance to come out there with cuz and do my thing out there. And then I got laid off work.
So that
I've
opened
been
up some
back
free
and forth.
space.
Yeah. So I've been laid off 3 times. It was back and forth. I was back and forth, back and forth.
Yeah.
Now I'm probably not going to even go back to the job.
What do you do?
I'm a mechanic.
Okay.
I've been a mechanic for 19 years.
Longer than that. When we was kids, he used to break the remote control car. Well, he ain't break it, but mugs just be too rough with it. He'd be like, cuz, this mug is broke because of this, and this. Check this out. He'd take a popsicle stick and some bubble gum, and it would work.
Them old hands ain't from just Kung Fu smacking people.
Right.
Them from just working on cars.
Got it.
The cold blood, cool.
Yeah.
Cold blood.
So how long have you been with your cousin over here?
It's my fighting with him at his place.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Once again, whatever he say is double because black people talk.
Well, it's just been back and forth because, you know what I'm saying? Like, I go for a while, stop, go for a while, stop because of the layoffs.
Yeah.
I can't even really remember.
Just look, I'd say longer than 2 years, maybe, if that. Very longer than that.
Yeah, it's longer than that.
Yeah. Oh, excuse
There's
me.
a cheek coming up again.
Not bad, man. It's just good food.
It just, I say, it's been over 2 years, though, just off and on, though. It's
Yeah.
always never been steady. I think now I'm going to stay, though,
Yeah.
because, like I said, I'm getting older. Man, I got my daughter into it. She's doing it now.
So basically, you've had quite a while,
Yeah,
off
I
and
got quite a
on.
while off and on, but
Yeah. So how about you?
he probably been off. He probably been the same.
Yeah.
With his,
Actually, I didn't take any time off. So it was, I started training, well, I don't even know, I was a little kid. With my uncle, he was a Ki and Kai instructor. And, yeah, I couldn't tell you how old I was. I was real young. And I said, I remember being in classes for as long as I could remember, probably before I was even in school. And, I say, my mom says I started when I was like 4 or something like that. And I've been watching it and trying it before then. You know,
And you're how old now?
I'm almost 30. I'll be 30 in
Okay.
a few months.
That's it.
Yeah, just, look at it. It's because of the beard.
No,
Don't judge, man.
I'm
Don't
saying,
judge. But, no, so we, I trained with him for as long as I could. And then, at the same time, I'd spend the summers down, at my grandparents' house. And they would take me to a couple other schools. I did a little bit of Taekwondo growing up, and I trained in Muay Thai for a little bit when I was in middle school, when they had a little school down in Bloomington. And I just kind of bounced around whenever I could find something. And that my instructor was always, obviously keep, get what you can. Mm-hmm. He really wasn't to say, "Oh, this is our style, this is our way." He encouraged me to train in whatever it is I could get my hands on. And then I did. I trained mostly in the Aki and Kai when I was growing up. And then when I was about 16, he took some time off, and I started training with Grandmaster Russell, and that continued until last August of 2013, or not August, October of 2013 when he passed away on October 15th, and then that was, I had a little period of time there where I didn't have an instructor. And I've been training. I used to teach a karate class out at the Academy of Mixed Martial Arts in Bloomington when it was still open. And, I got to do a couple of classes there. I started taking Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu under Casey McCullough. And awesome guy. Great guy to train with. I've had him. I try to get him. He is. He's actually, he's currently training at, he teaches Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu at Band of Brothers Martial Arts down in Bloomington, and we try to get him here as much as we can. He tries to make it up at least once a month. So, that's one thing is whenever I find something that is new to me, I dive in. There's and this was a thing with when I started training with Grandmaster Russell. He's the co-founder of Ryukido Karate, or Dragon Kai is it's most commonly called around here. And that was it. When he passed away in October, we got the news we were at a competition, and we found out on the way home, and that was that was a pretty rough week. That was he must have been watching over us because we cleaned house that night, and it was
nice.
So it was a pretty rough time there, and then that was what was it, April? In April, I got not anything with the news. We all. That's where I met you, and I seen Mr. Parker again at the Hall of Fame there in Indianapolis, Indiana. Indiana. And that was where we first met through our friend Dimitri Daniels, who hosts the annual Warriors Championship. And give him a quick little shout out.
Which I still want to make it down to. It seems like every
weekend. It's a great
competition.
Anybody that gets the invite to go, I encourage to make it down there.
In Chicago.
He's in China
He's
until
in China
February.
right now. Yeah, he did the 6 months thing over there, and then come back to the States. Start talking Chinese. I'm like, do you know you black?
Those people, we always go to every time we all get together, we have to go to some sort of the closest Asian restaurant, except for tonight. We didn't go to the Chinese restaurant. We went to Marshalloni's Pizza. Give them the second plug.
Solid choice. Good nuggets too, by the way.
Yeah, very good.
Yeah.
No, throw that out there too.
Right.
Teach the guys' daughters martial arts.
No, but like you said about Demetrius, we always teasing him.
We got there, and that's where we met. And then it was Dr. Jim Thomas, and he brought us back together again in April at the Hall of Fame. And
tell him, since they ran. So I'm getting ready to start my demo because you know how I did the seminar this year. The ongoing joke, I'm the Black Ed Parker, so you know how that goes. For you guys who don't know who Ed Parker is, Ed Parker was a Kempo, great late Grandmaster Ed Parker, was the founder of American Shaolin Kempo Karate. And he's the guy who introduced Bruce Lee to the mainstream and the Long Beach International Karate Championships. I want to say it's either 1966, 69. Don't call me on that. You can do your research. But he had Bruce Lee came up because of a friend brought him to the tournament and said, hey, this is a guy that can do some amazing push-ups with 2 fingers and stuff like that and do this 1-inch punch. And they just like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? That woo up the band, whatever the case may be. And then he did it. He did the 6-inch punch and then the 3-inch punch, and he knocked the guy back in the chair. You can check YouTube right now. It's black and white footage. Well, anyway, with all that being said, I'm getting ready to do my demo, and people that know me, I do stand-up comedy. I talk loud. Everybody is full of energy. You're going to laugh, have a good time. Sensei Brand said he was walking by, and he's like, wait a minute, that voice sounds familiar. And I let him tell it to Brad.
I did. Maybe talking to
Gotcha. Pass, you're it.
I got my manners.
We karate chopping each other.
You gonna
Your
wait
turn, Tony.
You go for a minute and a half while I chew this back.
I'm pretty sure he inhaled just an entire piece of pizza right now. 'Cause I'm looking at his cheeks and they're still full.
Hey, there's only one way to get full is you gotta eat.
There you
right.
go. Yes, sir. Closed mouths don't get fed. Oh, man. No, so anyway, he's chewing, by the way, you guys.
Still, yeah, I'm gonna finish this piece too. All right, no, what was the story I was gonna tell?
So I'm doing.
Oh, I was walking by and I hear this voice just filling up the hallways, like four rows down. I think there's like 8. Yeah, okay, there's only 2 rooms, so the seminars were going on. And I walked by and I heard his voice, and I turned around and popped in, and it said right there on the sign, Eddie Parker. So I walked in, and it was a full house. I mean, I couldn't tell you how many people were in there.
Yeah.
But I noticed that when I walked in, there was. And first off, I was still in shock. I had never been around this many, great masters before, and there was just so many different styles, so wonderfully represented in one place at one time. And I had just gotten done with doing Art Camacho's movie stunt seminar, which was. I mean, I was still, trying to get over the shock of actually getting to meet another, great martial artist.
Right.
And I walked by and I saw him, and apparently he saw me before I saw him because he was Master Brand, just yelling. And first, there's only like 4 people in the world that call me Master Brand. And that's like, and that was that first. And I knew immediately, like when I hear it, I was like, oh. That's Eddie Parker. And I walked in, and when I first walked in the room, and then it even, if I wasn't embarrassed enough that he just shouted out and got everybody looking at me, he stops this room full of 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th degree black belts. Grandmasters come from all over the nation. But he makes everybody stop, come to attention, and bow to me. And I was. Yeah, if I wasn't, red enough in the face, like, I didn't even know. Like I say, I was still in
Master's
shock.
Probably like, who's this jabroni? We got.
I was sitting, and everybody was looking. Everybody was super cool about it too, and like really nice, and it was bad. And like I said, it was not bad enough. It was a wonderful time. It was just it was completely surreal.
Awkward feeling.
Well, not only that. I mean, I walked in, and I was just in being in the room with these people was enough, and then that was. No, it was pretty cool. So I ended up sticking around, the rest of the seminar. Not like I was going anywhere. And that was the icebreaker, And I went from being kind of, still in my shell a little bit. And then there was a lady giving out pre-workout.
Yeah.
Like right outside.
She gave me something, dude.
She
I was wired after that. Y'all know.
selling Herbalife.
Yeah.
And she was telling me, like, saying this and that. And I was like, oh, no, thank you, I'm not. She said, well, we got this new pre-workout. And I was like, all right. Give me a shot of it. She did. She mixed it up and hands it to me, and then I walk into this guy's seminar. I was there about 30 seconds before it kicked in. I went back, and that was it. It was the shell was completely gone after about 20 minutes.
I had one of them same shots. I'm still high from that.
Well, it is. It just got you as like tunnel vision, super focused, ready to go. So I guess we're giving our Herbalife shout out.
Yeah. It was natural.
I don't know what it was called. Well, it did still have like 400 milligrams of caffeine.
By the way, I am looking for sponsors for this podcast, so
Martial Arts Pizza.
Giving out some free
podcast.
advertising here, but hey
right.
guys, I want a sponsor at some point. But
Made sure to think. What was it?
And that pizza is banging though, for real. I think I done overdid it. I'm gonna go home and go to sleep. It's called itis, ladies and gentlemen. I can't believe I ate all this.
You only had like 4 pizzas.
No, that's about 13 pieces. It's a full half a pizza over there.
where's didn't even eat the crust, man.
No, I did. That's him.
Oh.
This the non-crust eating, bro. I don't even know if this is yours or not.
Oh,
Just picking up pizza crust.
It's against the law to eat crust, I'm telling you.
well, I got a dog. Unfortunately, he's not here with us right now.
Right. Like,
We're eating after school. By the way, we don't have one of those big fancy schools that has like the tables and chairs. We're actually, what is this thing? A little shelf we put here. These guys
Yeah.
on the podcast.
This is like the most ghetto setup in the world. I got pizza sauce on my laptop.
Nobody made you put a piece of pizza.
I'm actually going to take a picture of
Some of the great masters come out of schools like this.
I have a little setup.
So I'm going to take a picture right
Just
now.
kind of sitting around the
this live
shoes.
show.
These are the shelves people put their shoes on.
This is exactly what we look like as we're doing this show right now. I'll put the picture up later so everybody can see it.
Hey, can you put that black marker over
so nobody can see dude is? He like who is
the
this
witness
dude?
protection program.
I'm like, yo, I can't be on this, man. My wife see me on one more thing, I'm in trouble. I'm wanted for child support in 4 countries, man.
My real name is Mike Midget.
right.
We got him on rental.
Corey,
An hour and a half. We're going to throw him at a dartboard here
Corey
in a
Fu
little
is his nickname.
So we started talking a little bit about this facility. How long have you had this building?
bit. This one, going on, it'll be 2 years in April, actually.
Oh, nice. Very nice. That's great. Did you have any place in town before then, or has this always been the spot?
No, we've been all over town, actually. We were with the gymnastics school before. We were at No Limits Martial Arts and Gymnastics.
It paid off, didn't it?
Huh? No, that was an awesome place. Yeah, before that, we were actually there's that beauty salon. It's like 3 buildings down from here. It's we were in the basement before then for years. We were in the basement teaching down there, and then we did a seminar for one of the schools here. And then that night for karate class, I went from maybe like 15 to 20 students tops, and that's pushing it at the time. And then that night we had almost 70 people show up that day, and we had to break it up because the place was too small. We had to break it up and have everybody come back for like the next 4.5 hours. So we were like, and then usually you have people that come, for their free classes and they'll be gone, and you won't see them again. Well, these guys, we had everybody signed up that night, so we went from having 1 class a day every other day. We only had 2 classes a week. We had a class on Tuesday and a class on Thursday. We went from that to being classes, 3 to 4 classes a day, 6 days a week. And then the lady that was reopening the gymnastics academy approached and said, would we be willing to go over there? And this place was huge. You guys saw the size of the gym we were in earlier. It was probably 4 times the size of that place. It was huge. Equipped with Olympic trampolines and all kinds of cool stuff to jump on. So not only did I get to take my martial arts in the style out of the basement, got to jump around and have a lot of fun too.
Heck yeah.
So yeah, then and then everything after it got set, we were there, and it was a good couple of years. It was a great time. If it wasn't for me being over there, I would probably still be in that basement. And then the time came for me to go out on my own, and this place came up, and we got a really good deal on it. And this is now we bought the building back. I rented it for a year, and then we just purchased it back in last November, I believe. So that is now the forever home for this school. Not that we won't continue to have classes coming in other towns as well, but this will always be the main place for it.
Yeah. I need to cut off at least 4 lights for your silver bill.
What's that?
Cut out some of the lights so you can have less of Silco bill. Oh, by the way, not to interrupt on what he's saying, because this is very important, because we're going to go back to that. We are also...
pretty much the end of the story.
Right. We're getting ready to also...
Hey, man, I'm cool with just jumping around wherever we take it.
I was going to say, because we're going to actually make preparations to start traveling and doing traveling seminars at the Karate Kung Fu Connection. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well. And like I said, we really appreciate you, Master Adam, coming, man, and being a part of this. I mean, anytime I call this guy, literally, I call him. I was on the moon one time for the spar against the Mooninites. I said, man, Sensei Bachler, can you come? He's like, Parker, I'm there.
Oh, I got your name right this time.
Yeah. He like, I
we've
got
been
your
calling this guy
back,
Blocker
brother.
for years.
I got your back. So, seriously, I appreciate it, man. A lot of time, I done called you last minute sometimes, and I know, and like I said, I hate to be on some spontaneous stuff, but it wouldn't be me if I didn't do that,
Oh, yeah.
And it's not even like I did it to be disrespect anybody's schedules, but it's just, hey, man, sometimes it's like, when you call me, bro. I came up here a couple of weeks ago and we did. A couple of my lead students came and we got down there. He showed us some awesome throws, kind of some stuff we did tonight. And even with, like I said, what I did tonight, it's like I try to play off what he do because it makes more logical sense as me being a primary Chinese practitioner, showing that Japanese and Chinese stuff can combine. There's no way that people can say, oh, well, karate don't go with kung fu, or kung fu don't go with karate, or vice versa.
There's so much crossover.
Mm-hmm. So much. And you, how many times you've been in a seminar of mine, and I say, look, how I teach. My mindset is, and how Grandmaster Parker used to always tell me, use what's useful and discard what's not, but not in the sense of it. That don't mean get rid of what your tradition and your roots is. Only thing that's saying is, in a logical fight, if I'm a practitioner of the art and the person is a street fighter or just a boxer, you're not gonna use kung fu straight up kung fu against them. Because it's not going to work like that. You're not going to do a crane technique against a guy trying to punch your face off.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That don't mean that you may not use, similar boxing tactics, but your crane will be more of a redirection to get in and open yourself up to stop his punches because you know his weapons is his hands. That's what he's going to use. Now, if you know a guy kicking and punching at you as well, then you need to think of a different concept on defending yourself, and it's not always going to be your traditional block or traditional kick. Until you get punched and kicked and understand that your angles and circles and all that stuff is important when it comes to fighting, it don't make a difference what system you come from because it goes out the window until you get it down pat. You know what I'm saying?
Even then, you could we did this earlier during the seminar. We had everybody work on a technique. It was which one it was? It was one of the throws that came. You were redirecting somebody who was throwing a striking combination at you, and that was the thing. We broke it down. We did it. Just like any style you learn. You learn the self-defense techniques nice and it comes out looking beautiful and it works great. And going super slow. If you could throw somebody moving that slow without putting in any strength or power.
Exactly.
But the difference between that and then, we had, after we practiced for a little bit, I did the demonstration where I had one of the people attack and really come at me to where that they were going, and I even stopped a few times and they actually hit me. And that way everybody knew they were actually going to. Yeah. Then I showed the technique again, and you could see the difference between doing it and gradually picking it up, and then somebody actually attacking it. The technique still works, it still applies, but it doesn't look the same. It goes from being beautiful to just being, it's got to be nasty, it's got to be, it's got to be quick. And a lot of times we learn our techniques, and especially, with the kung fu and the traditional katas, you have these big, beautiful moves.
Right.
And you learn real deep stances and everything else. But, and that was one of the things that the Grandmaster Russell always said, is he always say, practice and train, deep, but fight narrow. When everything is a big circular movement, like you got your crane, the wings coming around. Well, when you're actually applying that in real life, it's just a smaller parry.
Yep.
And that's where that difference is, why we did that demonstration. It doesn't matter what style you learn. When it comes down to it, when you're actually under fire, it's going to be, it all looks the same, no matter what style. When you're a punch is still a punch, a jab, across, a hook, whatever type you're throwing, it's still going to come out a little bit sloppier. It's going to be sporadic, and nothing's going to look picture perfect when you have that adrenal dump and everything's coming at you like that.
I just heard the town bell go off. That's
the
brown bell. I think
No,
it's time for the Browns to
hey.
get out of town.
Do we have to reiterate that was the black guy saying that?
Guess what else?
What was that?
They got bamboo sticks. They caning people up in here.
Yeah, caning them, man.
I ain't putting no chewing gum on nobody's car out
Like I said, that was the brown bell. It's time for the Brown to get out of town. That's it.
Yeah, it's 10 o'clock on the dot.
Right. Like, time to go, bro.
That was like 30 seconds earlier. You look back, it's not. Oh, yeah, that just happened.
Hey, Eddie, I'm going to follow you out of town just to make sure you don't get to the highway on time.
Well, what'd you say when you showed up?
What's that?
You were talking about yeah, man, I was late because the cops pulled us over.
I was teasing. Actually, it wasn't us. It wasn't black people, though. It was a Cadillac right there on the highway. You know where the, oh, God.
And they had an ambulance there for
Yeah,
the lights
for
off.
real. Yeah,
No,
seriously.
there was an accident.
Okay. That's what it was then.
Because
Because it was
an
an
ambulance there, but
Yeah,
with
we
no
pulled
lights
by.
on.
I was like,
They
dang,
didn't have
man.
the lights
I
on.
told
They had all
him.
the lights off.
Yeah, it was some
I
black.
thought it was a U-Haul. That's how dark the
Yeah,
Yeah,
it
we
was.
saw
It was.
No, we didn't. That was another one that came through.
I thought that was
Yeah,
kidnapping.
because when we pulled up, I was like, "Oh man, cuz just keep your head down and keep drawing straight, dog. We'll be cool. We'll get there in a little bit." But I was teasing. They didn't bother us. I ain't had no problems. And man, Fairbury is a nice town. It looked like something out the Andy Griffith show, but
You know Fairbury like I do.
He said, you don't know Fairbury, like, it's scary.
It's
hard out
scary.
here.
It's scary in Fairbury.
Fairbury is scary. Okay,
No, that's actually why my wife and I, we
See, I
decided
run
we
away
had a
from the
family and
corn.
we came back here.
Right.
Yeah, that was
Say what?
that was actually what brought
I
us
run
back
away
here.
from the corn. Most people running through the cornfields.
Uh-huh.
Nah, not me.
Why?
Because you never know where you're going to end up.
Creek,
You ain't got no
road.
compass. And look, my phone don't even work out here. I ain't got no
I ain't
signal.
got no bars. Man, what is really
We
going
going
on
around in
here?
circles. Please, mama, answer the phone.
Somebody,
Eventually you're gonna run into a road or a creek or something.
Yeah. You'll get there.
Yeah, and then as soon as I get there, the coyote gonna get me before I can make the phone call.
Yeah, actually, there's a good chance the coyotes will eat you. So they'd be like,
wow, you toe up, boy. You got ripped to shreds, baby.
what happened?
No.
Right. No, it's cool though. I
So
ain't
the woman built.
ever had a problem coming here. It's always an open door policy at Master Brand School. I love coming here. I learn new things, and just because you get the level of master, don't mean you done. It's a lifetime commitment. You got to keep doing this because it's no ultimate style. The ultimate weapon is a nuclear missile, but I mean, other
Can't
than
get
that,
much better than
we
that.
keep those in the basement though.
Yeah.
Right. They made those because it's like
The
we could
real-
kill 10 million martial arts at once.
Real gun.
You want that too? Yeah, magnetic rail gun. That knock
Or
a bunch
what's
of
that?
holes.
What's that mass one?
Which one?
Which one?
The gun that's a mass something.
They
It's
got
in-
them.
it's into space.
It's massive. And
Oh,
it's
you
gonna
talking
get
about-
you.
Yeah, shoot down and
You talking about something off Gears of War? And they
No,
got
this
that.
is-
They
this
gonna,
is
I know the
real.
Ronald Reagan project, the Star Wars project. I know what you're talking. They was working on that back in the
The
80s.
ray gun?
Something like that.
Oh,
Where
It's the real.
That
gun.
might have been from a different video game I was playing a long time ago.
right.
But the bad thing is technology. All those things are happening.
It is,
It
man.
makes it cool. It's like you got kung fu and you got laser beam.
Right.
Dude,
Castle
that's the ultimate.
It says miss.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the lifesavers to come a little cheaper because they got real lifesavers for real. It's a company on Facebook right now that
Yes, I
sells
think they're from
sabers.
Eureka.
Yep, it's
Yeah.
for
What?
real. It's
Right
real.
down the road?
Yeah,
Dude, it's
like
real
right down the road on
sabers
24.
for real.
Okay,
For real.
well, what are they?
I don't think it's a laser, so to speak, to
Are they
cut
gonna,
you in
like-
half, but I'm telling
It
you,
is definitely a laser that will cut like a sheet of paper.
Yeah,
like
yeah,
he's got
yeah.
that much.
Hang on a
Yeah.
minute.
Dude, YouTube
Like,
it.
yep, for
How
real.
long is this laser? Or is it like a
It's
laser?
not that
It's,
long.
no, it's not. It's a fine point where it got the point where the energy come out.
So
of
it
this
comes
stuff.
out like
Man,
an
it's-
actual lightsaber.
We can YouTube it right now, man.
It's
If
like
I can
a,
get a signal
How
here.
is this company not like the biggest company on the planet?
because they're using the purpose of the company that got the actual lasers and
Real
stuff.
lightsabers, but they're not for.
No, check it out. No, they work for the
They suck.
government. They got beams. It started off as beams on weapons, like on machine guns. You know how the Navy SEALs and everybody else had those weapons that got the red light, the green light, and all that stuff like we
So
see.
like a laser sight, or is
It
like,
started off as
it's gonna
that.
start shooting the laser while you're reloading.
It started off as that, like a company that did those things, laser sightings. And then one of the guys is like, I guess a Star Wars geek or nerd was like, you know what, man, we can take this same technology. And for real, they got you, bro. When we get done, you check it out on YouTube. You gonna be
We're
like,
not going to check it out on YouTube. We're going to go down the road and buy a couple.
this is right. It's time to practice.
So our next seminar, we're going to
You guys
do,
thought both
we're
of them
going
were
to teach.
sweet. Check out this lightsaber for
Yeah.
Right.
So next time you guys see us in a seminar or competition, we will be
Have
competing.
lightsabers.
Oh my gosh.
Full contact lightsabers.
Yes.
That would be
That
sick.
gun or something.
Actually, we got
I'm with
They
it.
shot a penny and disintegrated the penny like in the almost like dust, and they couldn't find the penny. Guess where the penny was? They found the copper all in the wall, like it just embedded into the wall.
wasn't
Dude,
it
what
illegal
is
to deface?
What gun is that? It's a
Like,
bright. It's the
Yeah, but
brightest light they
the
ever seen.
government can do whatever.
I've never heard
They
this
can't see
gun.
like
Right.
heard of it?
And we did the money,
It's like-
so we gonna make the gun to make the money disappear.
I'm trying to,
You want
man, I
penny?
wish I could get on my phone.
I'll check it out.
It's real.
Yeah.
It's
I'll check it
nice,
out.
something.
That's pretty cool.
Wait, why it had to be a
probably
penny? Because
message
the
you
guy
on
that's
Facebook
on to
or
help
something.
free slaves. That's why they disintegrated them. I'm just
Chicken
teasing.
George and them.
I don't even know what you guys are talking about. We're talking about this giant gun.
We're still talking about it. He just
The lightsaber?
Lightsabers.
he took it in a different
cuz.
direction. Yeah,
I'm
he
being
was,
silly. Y'all know that, man. Y'all knew I was gonna bring.
Do you
it
think?
down.
Do you think lightsabers would be in a traditional forms category at a tournament or a creative?
That gotta be
well, let's see,
freestyle.
Star Wars came out the first
creative.
time. Well, you think about it. Star Wars has been around since the 70s.
But it came from samurai anyway. That's what it's so
Well, I'm
traditional.
saying, this, that, like I said, it's traditional enough. If that movie's been around, people have been playing lightsabers, and no longer than I've been alive. So
Not me, 'cause I saw Star Wars when it first came out. 1978. I was 4 years old. That was the first
and
movie
he's
I
been
ever
practicing
saw.
his lightsaber ever since.
That's
That's
right.
traditional.
Yeah,
That's
so it's
at
true.
least
Yeah, I guess you're right.
how many
It is.
generations have
I
come
never
out?
played
You know,
with
that's-
Oh wow, man.
Yeah, you can say that.
I never played with
I could say it could be a traditional and a freestyle division
Freestyle,
for
I
it.
think that would be. Oh
I
man.
don't know. When I was a kid, I was just playing with my Stone Cold Steve Austin action figure. Just stunners to everybody.
I always forget because, well, you're not that much younger than me.
No,
Yeah.
no, no.
No, y'all in the same group. Corey actually, he 38.
Oh, I'll be 38 December.
That's what
26.
I gathered when he was talking about his daughter being
Yeah.
old enough to drive.
Yeah, it's like,
December
I got grown
December
kids,
26, I'll be
man.
38.
Coming up,
Yep.
Christmas time.
He a Christmas baby. He always got
I
cheated.
shrink
He-
every year, you know.
he said,
Day after Christmas, you gotta get a little smaller so they ship you back to the North Pole.
right. What? He got black house? I'm not gonna say that.
You just got that ball rolling. You got avalanche.
Cause you know what I was gonna say, but I'm
We're
gonna stop it because I know.
This is gonna be a conversation that goes all night.
Grandmaster,
red light is on.
right?
Yeah.
No, Grandmaster and them gonna hear this, and some of you like, so this is what you talk about
Like,
when you're other instructors. Like, no, sir,
No, not typically.
Right.
Sometimes, well, we'll say technically we're in the entryway of the dojo. We're not actually in the dojo. So
Right. So
It's
fair
within
play.
earshot though. So
it is.
got
Granted,
sensitive.
we have the former grandmasters' effects up there with the old swords and the belts and the uniforms that they've left to us.
Too, man.
So if anybody gets, hit
Gets
by
a-
a falling katana from the show, we'll know we've taken it too far.
Right. Like, what happened there?
Is
You
the
know.
is the escape from the falling katana anywhere in your forms anywhere? Do you guys have?
Well, usually if you got anything sharp and heavy getting ready to fall on your head, you figure it out pretty quick. We don't necessarily need that in your form.
Right.
right.
So,
Yeah, when we were working that double leg, or not the double leg takedown, but doing the one where you shoot up and you grab the Achilles, I'm like, dude, that looks just like the groin tear out of like a lot of the katas. Like the,
and then he showed us the taking the pearls.
Oh yeah, monkey takes the pearls. Yeah, buddy. That's that's nasty. It's a lot of those a lot of the Chinese arts that, like, I mean, I'm 6'4". I don't know. Like I said, you asked me to tell. A lot of people don't know. They don't think that because as tall as I am, you got to get down. Like I started when I was 4, so I'm 40, guys. I'm an old brown guy right now, and it's
but
like.
you're still in town.
Thank Jesus. right. And it's after 10 o'clock and the brown bell
You're
went
gonna
off
be
the
driving
refrigerator.
home, you know what I'm saying?
Right. No, what I was going to say was, though, a lot of the arts do a lot of groin strikes, throw strikes, and eye jabs and stuff. So, like, if you're supposed to attack the person on the level where they are, if I'm tall and I got to go down, then you got to be able to have the flexibility and strength to do your stances in low areas like that. So that's kind of like how Sensei Brand had it earlier. How you shoot in and stay solid. That's back to traditional. Like you said, you stay in them strong stances. It plays for you. Because the thing is this. If my center of gravity is lower than yours, you're going to get knocked off balance trying to grab or reach or do anything towards me. And that's just how it works. It's physics. It's pure D physics.
Well, and the other thing on top of that was, it's kind of something that goes across all styles. Like your stancing should support whatever you're doing. So, like,
go.
I was screwed up trying to do this takedown, and I'm like, well, my hips weren't in the right place, and I had to get them there, and that's something I got to work on. But I mean, you look at any style, no matter what it is, Chinese, Japanese, Okinawan, whatever, and it's that's important across every style.
Well, and that's the thing too. Whenever you break it down and say, well, this style in this country, you just take the movement and break it down to body mechanics. How is it going to apply against? I mean, if you look at it, and this is what I was telling before when we were doing the throwing, and I do have a bit of a Hapkido and a little bit of Aikido in my background. I've trained at a few different schools, and now that we have, like I said, I didn't bring that part back up after. My uncle has been training back here for almost a year now. He got back into it and has been training again, and that's where we got into our throws. So when you get throwing, striking, anything, we always break down the movement down to the skeletal level. If you want to pull off a good throw, you have to get the hips and the shoulders away from one another.
Yeah, you can muscle it.
Well,
but if you want a good one,
you want to being able to muscle somebody to the ground and being able to get them there without hurting yourself.
Yeah.
And then a lot of times too, is you'll have somebody that and necessarily you'll have somebody that tries to force a move, or they'll force a punch, or they'll force a strike, and that's like we always say, no power until the point of contact.
Yeah.
So same thing with a throw, until you're getting ready to take them over that hump, ready to break the momentum into a new direction, you don't apply any real pressure or any real power, because that way you're just straining yourself. And that was one thing too that I've gotten a lot out of my jiu-jitsu instructor is, we'll be rolling and you relax, just like a spider, real quick, just wrapping you up all nice and calm.
Yep.
Bam, done. You're like, oh man. And you don't even realize that, and you see a lot of the guys that are just, real strong, a lot of good throwers too. And a big part of my thing is I do some throwing. I'm not like a throwing expert by any means.
I can't tell.
I've been doing it for a long period of time.
You could have kept that secret,
That's
Right.
Well, I would never, I'm never going to throw that out, say that, this is my level expert. I do know some throws, and I've been quite proficient with some of them.
I felt it.
But that is the fun part of it. It's like when we're actually combining everything, we're sparring in class, is that we always stay completely relaxed. If you're striking, you're striking. No power until the point of contact, keeping it light. And then, if you catch a throw or a lock of some sort, we don't go searching for it. But if it happens to fly into your web, then by all means, take the opportunity. So that's what we're saying as far as the style to style, like with the Ryukido karate, and there's a lot of kung fu influence in it, as well as the traditional karate style. So it's a nice mix of both, and really, that's why we wear the yin yang patches on our uniforms. You gotta have balance. You gotta have a lot of karate styles real hard, real rigid. Oh, snap, snap, snap. And there's no different. They still use power at the point of contact. Mm-hmm. And the thing like with kung fu, there's a lot of real fluid movement and not a lot of direct. So if you take the two together, sometimes you have to redirect. If you have somebody that knows exactly what you're doing, you have to draw their attention away. Yes, otherwise, they're going to sit there and they'll counterplay you all day.
Yeah, that's true. And even in kung fu, like I say, it's a ball and chain effect. Mm-hmm. It's like winding up, and then when you stop that energy is still building up, and once it hit what it hit, it's like kapow. Even with the throws, like we was doing earlier, the key behind it is pure physics, but the concept of it is to use the other person's energy against them, and that's just the thing. Yeah, if you got a big person, 300 pounds, and wrestling a guy that's 160, and he tossed the guy across the room, the little guy didn't toss the guy. The guy tossed himself. He just made the energy go that same direction, and he twisted it and made it go where it's like, boom, and then you hit something. And so you got to think about it like any type of throwing or any type of, close quarter grabbing and stuff. You take a guy like Big Jeff. Yeah. My man, 6'10", 350 pounds, and you got
a big dude.
And you have Corey. Corey, how much you weigh, cuz? Oh, about
115.
Well,
don't worry, I'll put the bars over your eyes.
right.
115.
They didn't
How tall? How tall?
5'2".
Okay, so he's at least a foot and a half taller.
Easily. Almost.
And at least 200 pounds, 250 maybe.
And so when they do techniques and stuff, even we did seminars where he'll come and grab people and everybody wonder, like, how can that guy take this dude down? It's because the physics of the movements. It's got nothing to do with pure strength, because if it was based off of strength alone, well, come on, we know. Dude can pick a car up for crying out loud. You know what I'm saying?
And it was like my Hapkido instructor always told us. It was like, when you learned it in there, it was like, the philosophy to look behind the throwing is that person's already fallen. I mean, the universe has decided that you're going to help him. That's it. That is as simple as he was just saying. He's like, you're there, and you guys' paths crossed. God put you in that place to help this guy fall down at that moment in time. And that is like they're falling, and all you're doing is you're helping them.
Right.
If you're helping somebody get up out of up off the chair or up off the ground, you're not yanking them up. You're helping them. You're guiding them. You're not a whole lot of pressure there. If you're helping somebody back down, it's nice and gentle. You don't have to. You're not throwing somebody to the ground. You're guiding them there. And that's the.
So you're doing the world a favor, in other words, is what you're saying.
Really? Yeah. Because that's where we got to the yin yang. And you have to have balance. If you go one side or the other, it throws everything to extreme. You get a tailspin, and it doesn't regain balance until something drastic happens. So by that, you got to help these people down. Otherwise, balance is going to be off. Prevented next week.
You don't want to have you don't want to have that.
Yeah,
balance is off.
Definitely not.
None of that.
People come out with lightsabers.
Well, now that we have the lightsabers, I don't think the universe is going to be, telling me to throw as many people. It's just say, hey,
cut this sucker's hand
wing
off.
him a little bit.
People argue this, and I'm going to go Star Wars on this, and I'm going to go state. They say
it was coming up. Right. Who wasn't the brought up that somebody's selling lightsabers like 10 miles down the road?
Point over
that's
here.
right, man.
Yeah,
that's right, man.
Oh, they got them for sale down your. You can hand me that other pizza though. This one's already gone.
Some people say that when it comes to Star Wars with the dark side and the light side, that there really is truly no dark side. It's just the people that had the force. They just decided to use it the wrong way, so to speak. Because if you think about it, we're gonna go to episode 1.
You can actually quote specific.
Phantom Menace. Oh, I'll tell you, that's the first movie I've ever seen.
Which one was that? That was the one with the dude with the cool red and black face paint.
His name was
the double
I'm
light.
gonna tell you.
He was the actual.
I'm a martial artist. His name is Ray Park. I met the guy. He's short. He ain't even a tall dude. He a capoeira guy.
Was he?
He got capoeira in his art, but he got karate and a couple other.
I didn't even.
But the flips with the wushu, wushu. But he has multiple arts as well. I got to meet him at one of the Hall of Fame events. He little bitty dude, man. He probably
did he have the face paint and the horns?
Nah, he didn't have that. He had the shirt on with it.
Did you make him go put it on?
He had the shirt. No, he had the shirt on with it.
Dude, you're not Darth Maul unless you have the paint and stuff.
Right,
get the full gimmick.
I got one of those shirts too. I picked up at Walmart for like $20.
No, because some people. I'll tell you this though. He's actually know how I got to meet him because of Jeff Mead, if I'm not mistaken. Because it's one of the things where he brought some actors, stunt guys. He a stunt guy. He been in tons. He was in Mortal Kombat.
Are you talking about Jeff Mead or Darth Maul?
Jeff Mead.
Okay.
I think he came with Jeff, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay.
Something.
Jeff was in Mortal Kombat?
No.
His buddy.
Ray Park was. Ray Park played. He was raiding stunt double in the first. He was raiding stunt double in the.
Yeah.
Okay,
He
man.
was the guy that was completely covered, the ninja,
Who?
right?
Which one? Ray Park was. He was a couple.
Yeah, so he was a stunt double for a guy that was wearing a suit the whole time that didn't say a single word.
I think so.
Why wouldn't they just have him be the actor for the whole time? Hang on, we're gonna have this guy that's just walking and making angry faces at one another. Switch him out for somebody that's actually.
He played in Sleepy Hollow as the Headless Horseman as well. He been in a lot of stuff. Like
I
the
thought
dude
that was
it was what you call who played it.
Cowbell.
Who? Cowbell.
Will Ferrell?
No.
You think about the other Anthony Watkins or one of them?
No, the dude he was in the Prophecy.
Huh?
How did we get down this trail? I forgot.
We're talking about the Headless Horseman, Sleepy Hollow, and all that.
Not the TV series, the
No,
movie.
the movie was
with Johnny Depp and all them. Was that the one that had the Headless
What's the guy's
Horseman?
name?
I thought Christopher Walken was the actor that played that.
Yeah.
But Ray Park was the stunt double that was for the acting stuff.
He was the pumpkin thrower.
Don't give me the line, man. I just know he was a stunt.
Right.
He been in a stunt double in a lot of movies.
That's
I know Jeff know the deal.
All right.
If Jeff ain't the one who linked us up or whatever, I know I met him at a Hall of Fame event or something. And he had the shirt on because people didn't know who he was because he a little short, stocky dude.
Did he have a shirt on that said "I was Darth Maul"?
It had cuss words on it too. If I'm mistaken, he had cuss words because it was like, everybody looking at him like, you may not know me, but I'm Darth Maul.
Okay. That's awesome.
But so what was I telling you guys? We were talking about martial arts and movies and all that stuff, and I was saying
Star Wars.
The whole purpose of the dark side, of
the Force,
stuff,
right,
the Force. So when Dark
That
Maul
was a big left turn.
right. Like, wait a minute. When Dark Maul got killed, when Dark gonna warm the car up. Can you grab me one of them sodas, please? I'm gonna eat some more. Yeah, can you have me one of them pops, please? So when Dark Maul, when Dark Maul got killed, okay, for real, seriously. When Dark Maul got killed, or not Dark Maul, when Obi-Wan when Obi-Wan Kenobi Master Qui-Gon Jinn got killed, he got mad. And then he fought dude and that's how he beat him. If he didn't get upset, he wouldn't have been able to beat him because they say anger leads to aggression. Aggression leads to fear. Fear leads to the dark side.
Yep, the whole list.
He got ticked off because think about it. He was fighting, pop, 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 pop. His master got killed. Then dude pulled his saber out of him and looked at him like, "You want some?" And the dude was like, "Wait till his face and go just walk." And that wall's holding him back. As soon as this wall, woo, I'm gonna kick you. And so the wall went back. He came, they was gone. And the dude knocked him. He was hanging from the thing. Now the guy was showing off. Remember, scraping, and he thought, "Hey, wait a minute, my instructor saber is still up there." He's showing stupidity because he was showing off. He flipped, cut him in half. Dude's like, "Dang, cut me in half." And he fell. And supposedly he lived because he came back in the Clone Wars cartoon. But anyway, my point is that they say that the dark side is really not really like a real true thing. It's just like guys from the good side.
Circumstantial.
Yeah, it's like all of us got it. And I bring that up as martial arts because I always tell my students, it's a quote I say, control is everything, to lose it is nothing. And the concept behind that is, you know, it's easy to say something to somebody.
All right, teach a class, buddy.
It's easy to say as martial artists that, you know, we get upset, we get aggressive and stuff, and it's times where we get our feelings hurt or but the thing is controlling it. And that's the key to, like, you know, mastering anything in life. If you can control your aggression and your
Mastering
energy.
yourself is true.
This is a video.
It is. It's the truth.
He is over here showing off like we're on a TV show. So hang on. This little guy right here, I believe, is just a microphone.
It is.
I know it is.
It is just a mic.
I know it is.
I love it.
Because he had to take our picture. That's why I like it.
Oh man, I need to start. I wish I would have brought my tripod, man. I would have put this on video too. This is classic.
Well, they would have cried laughing.
They look at it. Like, well, first of all, we picked the worst looking corner of the
Yeah, it's all good. Because I'm rocking this brand martial arts.
I'll stand up, show off my.
Bro, he got the whole suit on. Give it to me one time. Brand martial arts, baby. And he came through with the twisted leg in that face.
I had the same thing. I just never earned my dragon yet.
No, we'll get that later.
He's sitting here. His dragon crawled off his shirt.
So he put it on there and then jumped back over here on my pant leg. So now I have two dragons on one side.
He jumped off and like, yo, man, I don't even want to be on your shirt. No more. I'm going over here.
Guys, I think we're gonna wrap it up. We could go on all night. But I think at this point, I think we're going to wrap it up. Thank you guys for being on. We should do this again sometime because this is hilarious. And lots of fun and very entertaining. And I learned a lot in the class that you guys had earlier. And maybe
that was a good time. Well, like I said, we didn't have the turnout that we were looking for. But like I said, it's a very tragic week for the community. So we did what we could. And you know, hopefully we'll be able to have another shot at it here. You know,
I'm with it, bro. You already know.
We'll let you guys... Everybody know when we have the next date set. We're also looking to get into Bloomington within probably about next month or so and have a seminar down that area. So,
how do people get a hold of you if they want to join up here in Fairbury?
They can find either one of our Facebook pages. He's got the School of Combative Arts or SOCA, or Brands Martial Arts on Facebook. Either one of us you can hit directly on Facebook.
Or Midget Kung Fu, baby.
Or you can call my school. It's 815-822-5283, and just leave a message. And like I said, we're getting booked up here fairly quickly, so we're gonna be all over the place here, in the next several months. Hopefully, and not only that, we're hoping to be in Mexico in March, and we'll see each other in April and Indianapolis.
Yeah,
we're gonna throw that out there because Dr. Thomas.
Yes, got to shout
he likes to keep
USA Martial Arts Hall of Fame.
Yes, Alliance, baby. If you ain't part of the Alliance, you ain't trying.
But no, we are very grateful for the opportunities that have been coming our way here in the last couple of years, and we'll make sure that we give that respect where it's due.
Oops.
All right. Thanks, guys.
Thank you for coming.
Awesome. Peace and love, all of us.
Well, that was fun, wasn't it? Anyway, I've got no plugs or events coming up for the foreseeable future. Once again, though, if you would like to advertise your martial arts product, your service, your event, I'm accepting advertising spots, sponsorships. Maybe you'd like to book me to lead a seminar, or you might just want to get a hold of me to tell me how the show is doing. Whatever the reason is that you want to contact me, you can get a hold of me at adam.bockler@gmail.com. I hope you enjoyed this show. As always, be sure to subscribe on iTunes or via RSS at adambockler.com. And hey, like the Martial Arts podcast on Facebook too while you're at it. Thanks to Sensei Michael Brand, Sifu Eddie Parker, and thanks to Corey Fu for hanging out after a seminar to eat pizza and talk martial arts. Sounds like a great Friday night to me. Thanks to BJ Aberly for the music, and thank you for listening to me, Adam Bockler, on the Martial Arts Podcast.